Well, as promised, we're going to talk about the new upcoming Tesla Model 3. I've already done a couple of shorts on it, but we're going to go into them in more details. So if you were watching those shorts and you wanted the full video, you're getting it today. Plus, we also have a little bit of extra side news here and there, so we'll get to that after. But first, cue the intro. Alrighty, the first story, the main story of the day, the redesigned Tesla Model 3. Now, the redesigned Tesla Model 3 is essentially what I've been covering in the last previous shorts. This seems to be on track with a similar facelift design that we've been hearing about and rumors have been talking about for almost about a good, I would say, a year or so. We've known that the Model 3 was due for a refresh. It was just a matter of time, and it seems like we're gonna get that. According to all of the leaks and all of the images we're seeing, this new Model 3 is not a radical redesign, but it does bring along some very big and significant changes and some very, very important changes if you are a current Model 3 user. For starters, the body of the car will be a little bit wider in terms of dimensions, so there will be a little bit more cargo space and more space for passengers. This could be for the aerodynamic design, or it could just be because people said, look, we like the space, but we want a little more. So Tesla seems to have widened the car just a little bit. Not a big much, but you could see the difference. Another thing that we're also seeing is the new headlights and the tail lights. Those are all brand new. We could see that there are more futuristic type of design. They are similar to the Model S, but they don't have that Model S likeness, I would say. But it does bring its own new design, and it's supposedly going to be more brighter than the previous Model 3 headlights, and also for the taillights as well. On top of that, we've also seen the new redesigned sports tires, which look very similar to the Gemini wheels on the Tesla Model Y with the silver, but they do look a little bit thicker, and they look to be a little bit more sportier, although I don't know exactly how much more sportier you can get. But we also see there will be a new 18-inch Aero wheel also that is going to get redesigned as well. So there is a lot of redesigns going on here that we're seeing on the surface. Now, when it comes to the inside of the car, this is where the biggest bulk of the refresh is going to be. A lot of people for years have been wanting AC seats, cooling seats, and also improved heating seats. Well, it seems that Tesla is going to redesign the seatings as they now have small, tiny, and minimal individual holes that are now going through the synthetic leather or the vegan leather, which will now allow for cooling seats. Now, this is a very popular feature, especially with a lot of people that really want cooling seats, especially during the summertime. And then during the winter time, they also have the heated seat option. But by adding those little gaps, it does allow for better performance of the heated seats and also for the AC cooling. Now, we don't know exactly how this will be in real-time use. We'll have to wait and see when it comes out. But we can see that the seats are also going to be made of the same material. But again, the big redesign is within its design, which is those little holes. So it now allows for cooled seats. The next thing to also talk about is, of course, the car's technology. Now, we don't know if it's going to be running AMD graphics. We don't know what graphics card it's going to be, but we do know that it is going to be running the newest radar sensors for the full self-driving system. It will be using a new logic board, it'll have new cameras, it'll have new hardware. It is all brand new and is going to debut on the Model 3. Now, if we know the Tesla formula, whatever goes on the Model 3 will then make its way over to the Y, then to the S and the X. The S and the X usually get it last because those aren't really the most popular Teslas. I guess you kind of figured that out by now. But the last thing to talk about before I give my overall thoughts, the last thing that's really, really important is the battery technology. Now, we've already known about Tesla's new battery technology, so I'm not going to go into it too much, but if you don't know, they're going to be using the newer technology that they debuted. I believe I was their battery day they unveiled it at. It's supposed to be more better with heat dissipation, faster fast charging, and also improved range. How improved will the range be? We don't know yet, so we'll wait and see when that gets. But I definitely suspect they are going to tout the fast charging because that is the one key area that I think all electric cars have to get down if you want to have a chance to go at it. I've always been in favor of them trying to implement graphene or dry cell, mostly graphene technology, because we've seen the potential with it. It just depends on if it'll be fully embraced, even in the tech world like Apple and Samsung and others. So that's a discussion for another time. So overall, with all of the news, I can definitely say that the Model 3 is not really the big redesign, but it is a big refresh, a nice facelift, and it definitely brings a lot of things that I think a lot of current users and new users are gonna want. The question of when it's gonna come out, some reports are saying it could come out in the fall. Some people are saying it's gonna be next year for 2024. Well, again, I will update you guys. I will let you know everything when we hear it first. So make sure you subscribe and you turn on those notifications so you do not miss when I upload. But all I've got to say is I'm a Model Y user, and if the Model 3 looks really cool, who knows, man? Who knows?
And now a word from our sponsor.
Alrighty, the last story, a real quick one. I just wanted to kind of throw this one in there to get you guys a little bit more news because I didn't want to just make it one story. There is a report now going around saying that the new iPhone 15s, all of the iPhone 15 models are reportedly going to be getting brand new cameras, specifically 48 megapixels. Now, the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max already come with 48 megapixels built in. Well, according to this rumor, it seems that Sony has been reaching out to the TSMC to help handling more demanding orders. Specifically due to the lack of production capacity, they have reached out their capacity in terms of handling the color films and also other needed materials. And it seems that with the new iPhone 15s, it seems that they are running short. Now, could this be pure speculation? Could this just be a supply chain issue? It is very possible, but if this is coming from within the supply chain that they're manufacturing 48 megapixel lenses on a mass quantity for iPhone orders, especially in the 15 line, it could just be for the Pro and the Pro Max, but I am a little bit I don't want to say it's BS, but I also don't want to say that just sounds realistic because these are not the cheap iPhones, but these are the more friendly, budget-friendly iPhones. Let's put it that way. Now, if they all come with 48 megapixels, then you have a hard time of really trying to justify getting the Pro Max with the regular, but many people are just gonna go with the Pro Max no matter what, I think. So if this report is to be true, then we could definitely see the iPhones have an edge in the camera department across the board, and that would be great because then you don't have to worry about buying the next iPhone to get better performance. So that wouldn't be too bad, but we'll wait and see. And that's it for today's episode of Technoid. Now, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit the like button. If you disliked the video, you can hit the dislike button. That helps circulate my views as well. As always, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in the next episode. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Take care, stay safe, have a good day, and peace!